Good morning. Nag-meditate ka before?
Yeah, early morning and breathing.
Hold
Okay.
on. Okay, so what are we going to do today? What are we going to talk about today?
Um, it's all about meditation. But anyway, let
Ooh.
me start with I just wanna share these to everyone. The main purpose of this conversation is to share, to influence others, bring awareness that uh, this meditation is a powerful tool to heal. It's a natural way to heal. So I share this to Miss Ellen Adarna na I'm just nobody. I'm just a yoga teacher. I'm not an influencer. But if we can collaborate to spread this to a lot of people, um, it would be the best idea. It came through my meditation actually. So
Ooh.
yeah, got it. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start with how did you um know about meditation?
How did I? Actually, when I was like a kid, a child pa, my dad would, I never got it because I was only like 8, 7, I don't know. Was a kid. So what he would make us do, me and my siblings, he would let us sit down for a long time. I don't know if it was 5 minutes or 10, but for us it was a long time because we sat down and he would let us listen to classical music in the background and close our eyes. So we've been doing that since we were young, and then but we didn't know that it was meditation. And then I started just meditating. When was this? Um, so it's been on and off. When I was in college, and then when I was in my early 20s and mid 20s, on and off. But I just started doing it every day this year.
This year. That is when you
Yeah.
had your mental training.
Yes, that's what really triggered it.
Oh,
That and every day now. That I was doing it every day.
mm. How would you describe your meditation practice?
My meditations, it's really just mindfulness. Before I would do it with music to calm down, but now I just do it in silence, because when it's silent, then my thoughts are louder, and I'm more connected to it rather than just like trying to drift away somewhere.
Mm.
So it's just
How
that.
many? Mm.
And I start with the breathing with Wim Hof now.
Wim Hof. Wim
Yes,
Hof
the
was
Wim Hof
the
breathing.
famous man who bathed himself in ice, right?
And ice. But no, his breathing is actually from, I think, the yogis, mga yogis do it. I don't know what's it called, but it's the same method.
Mm,
So there.
right. I saw him in Book Lab in Netflix na
The
they
what?
went Goop Lab Netflix
Oh, I haven't
series.
seen it yet.
Yeah. So Wim Hof, they went into snow siya, snow, and
Yeah.
then they go into peace. Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually messaged him, and then when all of this is over, I'm gonna join his retreat either in Poland or in his training in Netherlands. So I'm just waiting for this pandemic to
Wow.
go away, and I'll do it. But what I like about Wim Hof, I mean, sometimes I trip on my meditations, and this is what people don't know. I don't really talk about it because they will never understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I trip on it like it's actually like taking a drug, but it's not. So sometimes when I really go deep into it with my breathing, and depends on the state I'm in, I go into it's like an out of body experience. So that is fun also, but it doesn't happen all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
Like we were our conversation yesterday about the DMT like experience. I had that before
yeah,
also because the breathing is very powerful, right? Um,
yes,
I had few Kundalini, it's very powerful. I had that
yeah.
before, a lot of breathing exercises, and that was my breakthrough because it's really
It
out of this
open
world. You can,
it open your mind, right? Like it access the part
yeah,
of the brain while it's like boom.
the intuition, my intuition was very active at that time. And then I
Mm.
don't know where to, I cannot explain things. I don't know where to ask. So I got confused at that time. And so I stopped the breathing and I just do meditation. I'm scared.
Na
Yeah.
overwhelm.
As in
Yeah, it's
overwhelmed
actually
right
overwhelm. I think if someone's if you never experienced it, it's something like, whoa, what the hell happened?
yeah. And I don't have any experience with the DMT, the
Mm.
psychedelics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have.
Ah, okay,
Okay.
that's why.
Um, yeah, that's why. Okay. So meditation, it's every day. It's a practice. It's a habit that we need to
It
build,
is a
right?
practice. Yes.
Hmm. What are the other, what is your ritual? We prefer it in the morning, right? Meditation in the morning when it's quiet.
Yes, before I check my phone, right after after I wake up, like I just drink my coffee, and then 15 minutes after that, because I also do my affirmations right when I wake up. That's when my brain waves. I time it when I feel like my brain waves are on theta. It's right when you wake up, after you wake up, when you're like in a state of, yung, what do you call it? Like, anong, murakag hypnotized pa.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
yeah, I've been trying to I'm reprogramming my subconscious. So I do my affirmations first, and then um after that the meditations, which is on an empty stomach, and the breathing on an empty stomach, and then yes, that's how I start my day. For 40 minutes, Mondays to Saturdays, because hello, it's quarantine. We have so much time, right? So you can
Right.
never say at this time na wala akong time, wala akong time. So
Exactly.
40 minutes, Mondays to Saturdays, and on Sundays I do an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talk about the subconscious. Um,
Yeah.
my meditation, I'm influenced with a lot of meditation practice like the spiritual, the mantra, the mindfulness, the transcendental meditation. So it's like parang um I go to the meditation practice where I resonate most, which is the mindfulness, the transcendental.
Yeah.
But for some, talking about subconscious, it's it's related to science, quantum physics, the
Quantum
things that you share.
mechanics.
Oh, quantum mechanics, epigenetics. So can you share about your obsession about these things?
No, that it's also it everything just really starts with a thought. A thought is energy. So um and we are atoms. Everything is energy, right? And because it worked for me with the mind programming, and I'm not good at explaining it, but if you are into these kind of, stuff, you can search Joe Dispenza or Bruce Lipton. You can start with them. And I've been applying that in my life and it works. So I believe in it.
Right. Um, I have a friend, JJ, if you're watching, he would always say that, by the way, he is an advocate of this meditation also. He always say
Mm.
that,
And plus
wag
they have
mo,
brain scans also, like they have brain scans on people who meditate and don't meditate, and like they have what we call this kind of a big difference in like four
yeah,
days. So it's really good for your brain. It's like gym for the mind or brain.
neuroplasticity, if you're familiar.
No, no, no. What is that?
Yeah. So they said, and I'm not an expert, but there's a difference in the neurons. So neurons um, that that's responsible for the transfer of information from one cell to another, and it goes in your brain. So there's a big difference now. Um, the, there's a difference on the size of your brain. So that's
Okay.
neuroplasticity. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
that's
Yeah, but
where the
I'm sure because if you meditate, there's really a big difference. Diba? It does wonders. So that's why I
right.
love it.
Yeah. So going back, I have this friend JJ, and he always say it's his tagline na wag mo akong paniwalaan,
What
pakiramdaman
does
mo.
that mean?
So
Ah, okay,
yeah,
okay.
you don't believe whatever I say, just experience it because experience is the best teacher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
True. And that's
what?
why it's so hard to explain to people, like, try this meditation or try this whatever, and then they'll be just like, yeah, but yeah, they'll never get it until they experience it. That's why sometimes it's parang, should I talk about it or not? No. If
Yes, yes,
if you haven't done it, I'm not gonna expound like.
yes, yes. Because you tend to get deep, so deep in
Yeah.
meditation,
And
and
they'll never understand.
even you cannot understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what else? So there's this question from my friend Clint. He is an ANC writer. So
Mm.
he threw questions at me, for you and for me. So one
Oh,
of his questions for you is, how did it help you this time of pandemic?
how did it help you? You know what? Now I'm so chill. Like I have no problems. I think I'm prepared for this because right after I finished my training, boom, that was quarantine already. So, mentally, I think I am prepared. But how did it's just this? I think it helped me slow down, and I don't know. I actually don't know.
It's actually work, but
I,
it's really different, no? Like, wala lang. It
Wala, it's just like I'm just so chill, I guess, and I don't know. Maybe because I'm more aware of things, and also with my meditations, like if there are problems, like it's how I approach like a situation, or if something comes up, like okay, is this something I can control? Is this something I can change or not? If not, I let it go. If then I find some ways. So with that also, you're chill,
yeah.
right? I think it,
Actually,
it, it put things into like perspective, or your priorities, or what really matters for
right.
you.
Yeah. It makes not a lot of difference though. I shared this when I had my 10-day silent retreat. Like there's no
Huh.
cell phone, no reading, no interacting with each other. So I
Wait,
got
so
used to
no,
that.
no anything?
No
No,
staring at each other.
like everyone was just nothing was existent like that?
So you have we were 20 girls and 20 boys. We were separated. Um, we just go, there's a specific time in a day. We meditate, we eat our meals, we take a bath, it's our free time. So we know the timeline already. Um, and then, yeah, we don't talk to each other, we don't stare, we're not allowed to write, we're not allowed to read, just your stuff alone. Yeah.
Damn, intense. Did you did
Yes.
you did you lose your mind for a bit?
Yeah. Um, I have been meditating already, but
Yeah.
um, for the first few days, first 3 days, it was so challenging. I realized I still had my anger issues. I had anger issues before, suppressed, and then it went out when I had that meditation. I was so angry with so many thoughts. I'm a
Mm,
control freak before, so
mm,
I realized I still have um, this this feeling that I get angry when I cannot control. And then on the fourth
yeah.
day, relax. I surrendered. And so
It's a
I didn't I cannot imagine for those people who are not meditating. I was one of the lucky people siguro when I joined that because I was meditating. But there were people who are their first time to meditate and we were sitting like
ah,
7 hours in a day to meditate, just to meditate. Yeah, it's so insane. So
must be
yeah,
so hard.
yeah. So your mental training was physical, and it goes to mental, how you
Yeah, they
manage.
would just no because it was everything is all mental, you know. But what the people you saw lang the physical exercises because you don't see the mental progress, right? So the body was just a tool to get to the head, to the mind. So yeah, what
It was
the physical was nothing. It
yeah,
was here that was very hard, and people don't see that. So they just see it as like, oh, she did this and that. That was like, okay, that looked really hardcore and all that. That was just nothing.
and when I joined that Vipassana, we call it Vipassana. It's a Buddhist way. Um,
Mm.
it's just it's sitting for 1 hour, not moving anything, any of your limb, as long as you can bear it. And it was just observing your thoughts while you are in pain.
Yeah,
And I
that
thought,
was the mental training also. Like you have to go through the pain because the body
yeah,
the body is a slave of the mind. So when you actually like meditate that the pain is not there anymore, then it won't be there anymore.
yeah, it was it was hardcore. It was
Yeah.
I cannot imagine, but I would love to do it again though.
Okay.
Um, what else? Where do you meditate?
I meditate in in our like patio, like terrace, something like that. So I just put my yoga mat and my blanket, and that's my space. I can't
Mm,
meditate in the room because my son, and I don't want to meditate in other parts of the house because there's so much going on. My yayas are moving, so that is my sacred place. Like you really have to have a sacred place in your house where, you know, you can just have time. You can date yourself.
yeah, we call it a sacred space. It's where
Yes.
when you have this energy, when you meditate, it's where the place where the energy is, you have the kind of energy there. So
Yes.
it's very
Yes.
important.
Very, very,
Um,
very important.
how is um I have been following you for years already, and I know that you're doing yoga as well.
I actually, honestly, I've done it like now how many times? Not that much. I would do it with my friends. Like when I was in Manila, they would invite me and okay, we'll go, blah, blah, blah. But I am flexible because I was a gymnast. That's
Oh,
why. But I
okay.
am not strong. Like, you know how you yogis like can hold poses for like hours and stuff like that. No, I can do the pose, but I cannot hold it.
Uh,
So I don't because I don't practice. So yeah,
so I was talking about that because yoga and meditation is connected as well as
yeah.
breathing. Yoga,
Because of the
breathing, and
breathing. Yeah.
right, right. I
So
was just
there.
wondering if how you see yoga before is the same on how you see yoga now that you are on your meditation practice.
I cannot answer this because I haven't been practicing.
Okay. How about physical exercise? I know you're boxing, you're jump roping, your viral jump rope challenge. How did it help you in your meditation?
um well, jump rope is for me it's active meditation. How did it help me with my meditations? I'm not really so sure. I
Mm,
just do it because it's fun.
mm,
And well, I boxing is really my number one, but there's no trainer
mm.
now. So yeah, it's jump roping now. So there, and also part of my post Bali program, I have a post Bali program, by the way, 100 days.
Mm,
And part of the things that I have to do is do active meditation, which is through exercise when you just do it and not think about anything and just do it.
mm.
So that is the jump rope. That is why I jump rope when I just like not think about anything and just do it and then with a clear mind. So
Right,
yeah.
right. How
So
about
it's like gardening, but I don't do gardening. So jump rope.
right? So that's why people we have hobbies. Maybe because
Mm.
it makes people forget other things.
Yeah. Yes. And it's therapeutic. That's why it's good for you. Like the
Right.
things like the exercise that you do na you love and because it clears your mind like so yeah.
Yeah. How about the diet? The diet is how it
The
connects to
diet.
your patient. Yeah.
Since okay, so everything really started in Bali, like the reset, the balancing of my being. So I was taught there that you know what causes this balance is like unhealthy habits for the mind, for the body, and for the soul. So they taught me how to eat well, and I felt that. I was vegetarian there for 2 weeks, and I felt the difference. So it was easy for me to switch. I mean, to just apply it in the real world and to bring it here and I just continued. But I need my meat, so I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna do pescatarian because that is realistic for me.
Mm,
I
yep.
will. If yeah, I know myself. I know I love my meat, so pescatarian na lang. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and I think I can do this for for life. It's doable
Wow.
for me.
What
So
specific change did you notice uh, in yourself when you
and
switched to a veg?
myself, um, it was a big change all of a sudden because I was also exercising. Like this happened all together. I was feeding my mind right. I was feeding my body right, and I was feeding my soul right. So the changes were instant. I felt good right after. So I didn't I didn't really do the diet first. Everything went all together. So
Mm.
yeah.
What made you decide to enroll, by the way, to the mental training?
Oh, that was my last resort. Because I had depression. I had all this mental illness, like the perfect combo. It's usually depression, PTSD, and anxiety, and that's it. Um, I just the pills weren't working for me anymore. I just didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. So at first, I didn't believe my friend. I was skeptic about, I was like, what is this, right? And then, yeah, so I tried it because that was like my last resort, and I was like, okay, fine. Unsa may mawag tang if I do it, right? So yeah, I was surprised because by the fourth day, I was back to myself. I was feeling like myself again, and then that was it, and it was diretso na.
Uh, so you've
Yeah.
gone through, you consulted like a psychiatrist, psychologist.
Sorry.
You consulted professionals like psychiatrists,
Yeah, I had
psychologists.
two. I had two psychiatrists. I had a therapist who goes to my house weekly also, and I did everything, you know. And my family was very supportive also. So yeah, I did everything from therapy to pills to all that
Yeah.
to get better.
Um, yeah, it's I've known some people who are in the, and I have friends, I have clients before who are, and it's a very strong, it's very strong for you to take an action to heal, to go into therapy.
Yeah, because I actually thought like, what is this? Why do I feel so empty? Like, I've always wanted a kid, right? But why was I so empty? And I was like just dead inside. So that even made me more depressed. Like, I have if I think about it, I have the life that I want, but why do I feel dead inside? Like, is this motherhood? Is this what motherhood feels like? So I'm just gonna settle for this, and
Mm.
I'll be like this forever. Like, oh, so that even made me more depressed. Like, I cannot, like, what is this? So yeah.
These questions, it's so deep that you are, when you are in meditation, it's really hard to face your, I call it demons in my head. It's really hard to face the truth about yourself, right? You get
Mm.
confused. Um, so how how does it feel to be in a meditative state?
How does it feel? Well, for me, it's just really that I am aware that I have this power, that I am in control of myself and my thoughts. Because like when it's there, when your thoughts are just in front of you and you see it, it's like, yeah, so how am I gonna react if I go this way, if I go left or right, this is what's gonna happen. So it's all like, you know, thought of, I think.
Mm.
I mean, at least for me, that's how I do it. So
How
yeah,
do
and
you
then just
handle?
letting it pass. And then just letting it pass if I'm feeling like aggressive or angry or not so good. I know in my head it's like, I am irritable today. but it will pass, and I'm not gonna react because it will pass. So
Yeah.
that's
So that's how you handle distracting thoughts. There's thousands of thoughts running into our mind every day, and how you
yeah,
handle it is just observe and let go.
yeah. And because you do it and you practice it every day, if you meditate every day and you practice it, like with the things that you do, and like when you're not meditating, you start applying it. So you start thinking about your moves, your actions, and stuff like that, because it's a practice, and it's still in you. So
It's an inside
uh,
job.
yes.
Did it came to a point in your meditation where the thoughts coming into your mind are painful, excruciating thoughts from your, how did you deal?
From my past, yeah, actually, I think it's through meditations that helped me with my PTSD. And it helped me just understand the situation. And when it helped me accept things, because that was a very traumatic, um, um, what do you call this? Traumatic event in my life. So if I didn't meditate, then I don't think I would be able to think, or to understand it more, because then I would be just like distracted, and it would be the same feeling. But yeah,
Wow.
so there.
I can relate. It's
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
it's very hard to look for someone who can understand what you're saying because other friends would think that you're so weird. And so
Yeah, it
if you
is. Well, actually, for people who don't meditate, if they see us right now, they think we're crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Which is okay, because they don't understand, and they're it's a different world they live in, and so
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's different experience for each individual. Mine is different, yours is different. Um,
Yeah.
we just have to accept it as it is.
Yeah, and it's like through meditations that you accept things, and you become more calm because you've accepted it, and
Yeah.
you know acceptance is
Um,
key.
yeah, yeah. Um, did your how do you see life? Did it change the your perception about life before this meditation practice and now that you're meditating? Was there a difference in
um
how you see?
no, it's still the same. How I always thought of things, and it's still the same. It's just that now I'm older, I guess, and more experience, but my views have always been the same. Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, because it's also because my dad was Confucian. Confucianist. So I grew up like I grew up in a household where we were trained that it's really just us. We have to know ourselves, like you focus on doing good, like the golden rule. My dad is not
Mm,
religious. He doesn't have a religion,
mm,
but we practice at home. We didn't have like altars here. We didn't have crosses or anything or whatever, but he was more, yeah, so he's like a diehard Confucian. Me, I'm like in that, but practicing Buddhist beliefs. So it's really just ever since I was young, it was just focusing on me, my shit, and myself.
mm.
It was all about self-awareness. So I was at a young age, I think I was pretty aware of myself, I guess. But now I'm just better at it because of through meditations.
Mm. And I think you will realize the effect of meditation. Well, you were meditating before already, and you just didn't know what meditation. If it was really a meditation that what your dad was letting you do, but
Yeah, at a young
when you
age,
meditate,
yeah.
yeah, but when you there's a difference when you meditate
Because
when you
it's
feel
also
like
different
to.
when you're young, diba, it's different, and then you get older and that. So yeah, yeah. I think when I was young, I think I know thinking about it now, I was aware of what I can do, my capabilities. So that's where I was also very confident about that.
Mm.
But it's different now when I compare it to before and now, and of course. So yeah,
And there's a difference when your practice is regular.
it's right. Yeah, yeah.
Every like regular means every day.
Yeah, and like if I thinking about it now, God, if I just did it every day when I was like in my teens, maybe I would have had less mistakes and made better
Yeah.
choices. Diba?
Right, right. Because some friends would they would ask about meditation, and then I would let them do this and do that. I'm not really a hardcore teacher that I'm going to you need to do this, but I would let them experience. And they would ask me, why am I feeling like this? Why is this like this? Then I would ask them, are you how often do you meditate? And they would answer like, if
Once a
you like
week.
to. Yeah, mood lang. That's it. That's the reason why your emotions are fluctuating. You're carried away by your thoughts because you're
Yeah, you're
not in the
very disconnected with yourself.
yeah. So these
Yeah.
meditation stuff is all about really the ultimate goal is to connect yourself to that, connect your
Yeah.
body, your mind, everything.
Mind and spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
To
align. To
yeah,
align them. Yeah.
to center
So
yourself.
there.
Yeah. Some would say that meditation takes time and it's boring because you're just doing nothing. Um, what is your advice, or what are your thoughts about it now that you are spending really you're prioritizing your time to meditate?
So what was the question? Sorry. What
Ha-
what
what is your advice na lang? What is your advice to these people who cannot have a regular practice of meditation because they feel like it's boring, they cannot sit quietly, they don't have time, that's the usual comment.
the-
Or yeah,
Well, if
advice.
you if that's your excuse, then you know you don't have the right to like complain when you're losing your shit because you don't want to put in the work. It's hard work. It's discipline.
Yeah,
So don't talk to me about your mental illness or your anxiety if you don't want to put in the work because you deserve it because you're too lazy,
correct.
right? I mean, this is me talking, huh? Like when people
Yeah,
like, oh my god, you know, you can't wish for it. You have to work for it.
yeah. Very
So there.
counterintuitive na. I mean, you don't complain when it's mo man mo binuhatan.
And then, unsa man na, kung di ka ganahan mo meditate, di ka ganahan mo ila-ila sa imong self, if you don't want to get to know yourself, then ayaw og complain og mabuang ka. Okay, that's your own doing. Di ba?
Right,
Imagine ang effect sa imuha. If mo sa imong buhaton.
right. It's easy. Well, establishing a meditation practice now on quarantine is easy. We're easier compared if we are not on quarantine. How,
Very.
yeah, how do you handle, or how are you going to handle after the quarantine that, it will be busy again?
Oh well, I don't think for me, there would be much difference because my mornings are really for me ever since before Bali, ever since before the quarantine. I've established that already that I have my me time in the morning and my baby time. And in the afternoon, that's where I go to the office. So that's already established ever since. So I don't think that would be a problem. I hope. I hope. And I will make it
Yeah.
happen. I will make it happen. That it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
Because I wake up if I wake up around 5 and I start my routine, my rituals at mga 5:30 or 6. So there's no excuse.
Right. How how many times in a day do you meditate? Just once in the morning or
In the morning and then at night if I there are times that I do meditate at night, but are just 5 minutes, but not every day.
mm-mm,
Maybe like twice or once a week, but
mm-mm.
just to uh know what my priorities are.
Uh, so many people are asking what are the benefits of meditation. There's a lot. It's actually a holistic approach to health, physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual, right?
Hmm.
Um, and for me, it's a different experience. I was insomniac before, so yeah, it takes a peaceful mind out to sleep. So
Yeah, because you cannot sleep if your thoughts are just like, going on overdrive. So
right.
when you meditate and when you really get to know your thoughts and I think for me, no, like
Mm,
you meditate and when you got the hang of it na parang you know your thoughts and you've accepted these things and this and that, you're more calm, right? It's there's no war inside anymore. Like you are chill when you accept it. So it's I think it's also part of our bonus na lang sa practice that you can sleep
yeah,
well because you're more calm.
yeah, right. And breathing, for me also, the breathing really helps a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
There are breathing. I also teach breathing to activate your nervous system, and there are also breathing exercise that will calm your nervous system. So
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
powerful, yeah. Um, as powerful as coffee, breathing is can be more powerful than coffee.
No, breathing is really the source of life.
Yeah,
Breathing,
exactly.
yeah. It's so basic, but it controls your emotions, your mind, and your body. So there, I think I heard somewhere or someone told me or I saw it somewhere that you notice if you're happy or if you're sad, your breathing is different. Whatever emotions you're feeling, it's different. So if you know how to neutralize it, then you're good. Your
Right,
anxiety will go away if you know how to breathe right. That
right.
feeling of, feeling like, oh, you're dying and you can't breathe. If you know how to breathe right, then it will go away.
Yeah, yeah. When you had did you have your panic attacks, anxiety attacks before? Have you ever
Oh, before was really bad.
uh, did you observe the your breathing? What was it? Fast,
I could,
shallow?
shit, how do I, fast, I think, fast.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, but I just started the breathing this year. So had I
Mm-mm.
known it before, I think it would have been better or I would have, wala, dili na kumusuka.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
And
just started the breathing exercises this year, so wala.
mm, okay. Kapit nating paniod to. So I will just answer these questions from Clint that my friend. Few questions for me lang daw. What is the
Mm.
most challenging part of meditation? For me, it was dealing with yourself, dealing with my past, dealing with the demons in my head. I have old habits that I want to minimize and eventually, shrug off my mind. I don't want to do those
Mm.
habits. I have past experience excruciating pain that I don't want to feel anymore. But when I go back, um, it's it's just acceptance, as you said. It's easier to deal with life now that we are on a regular meditation practice. How about you? What was the most challenging part of your meditation?
Oh, when I started doing it, the challenging part. I don't know, because I really enjoy it.
Hmm.
Like I've been really enjoying it, and I don't know. I think it's always been the type to accept things fast. That's why I move on fast. Like it's been a skill. Like I don't know how. Maybe that's how my dad raised me. Like like I don't know. But so when I meditate, um, if there's a problem for me or there's like some things going into my head, like with my PTSD, it took me like 2 weeks, and then I was able to. Oh, okay, that's it. I understand now. Like
Mm,
so, it was fast. So actually, none. Like a
mm,
challenge. Um, no, I mean the child. There are days na. I mean, let's admit na dili nindot imo meditation, right? Like I could have done better, or like I could have focused more, or I should have worked on my breathing better or more, right? I mean, does it happen to you? Because it happens to me sometimes.
yeah.
So like after, and then you finish like we're oh shit. So that's just it. But other than that, not yet. Not. I can't think of any now.
Okay. Well,
I,
it
I'm
will
not
come.
sure. Maybe, yeah, I'm sure it will come. But for now, I think I'm really enjoying it. So, wala pa, wala. None.
Yeah. There's what we call in Buddhist, is what we call law of impermanence.
What's
So
that?
what you're feeling like right now is not permanent. It will change. So maybe today is a different experience tomorrow. So it's
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
maybe this season your meditation is good. You have that good feeling. Maybe later
Mm.
on there's a different feeling. Yeah, every meditation is unique.
It's, yes, yes. So there.
Okay. Mm, yeah, I think I've answered the questions already. Technique for beginners meditation. I started with the music. You know how powerful the music is. It's very influential to your mood. So if you're listening to
Mm.
rock, to EDM, to dance music, of course your mood is so high.
Mm.
If you want a more calm mood to set the tone of your mood, you go to the calm type of music. I started with binaural beats therapy. If you're familiar with that,
No,
binaural,
me? No.
yeah.
I haven't. I haven't. When I started really like doing it every day, my music was a qigong breathing, K-ho, K-ho, and that's what I would listen to for 40 minutes.
Mm.
K-ho, K-ho, like that for 40 minutes. It will drive you crazy. Like when I asked my friend to do it, like she's like, I can't do this. But that was my breathing guide.
Yeah, right. So I was
So
self-taught.
I'm not really into I'm not experienced, like I haven't tried the I did the Deepak Chopra's what do you call this trans, and with the one with when they
Self.
say Yeah, I did that for 21 days. But it's I like the silence and the breathing better.
Right. So I guess there are a lot of kinds of meditation. I guess it's where you resonate most na lang, because there are
Yeah.
spiritual that others would not really comfortable with. So focus on breathing. You, it's your mindfulness meditation. And so
Mm.
what I teach with most of the students, the general people, is the mindfulness, because it's very practical. It's very neutral.
Mm.
There's no religion, there's no mantra on it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
But I also finish my
question.
meditations like I when I know like okay, you have an idea if you're doing if I 40 minutes and I've been doing it for months already. So I know or I think oh okay, this is like nearing to the end. And then after that I really make sure that I'm grateful. I imagine my son's face or my son's smile and that's how I end it and I feel good. Like small
Yes,
happy things.
that's how you
So
wrap up
there.
your meditation.
Yes.
Are you ready for lunch?
Yes, of course. I'm always ready for food.
Okay, we're wrapping this up now. I think is an hour already. One more thing, your advice to people with mental problems, or even those who are in just good state of mind.
If you're in a good state of mind, just continue what you're doing. And for people who are going through something, it's so hard. How do I say that? It's hard, guys. It's inner work. Um, yeah, you really have to do the work if you want to get better.
Okay.
Like if you want to be happy, it's true. Happiness is really hard work.
Mm.
So,
And before we end, thank you so much. I have a
mm.
friend who's having her birthday pero wala ng time. But I'm so
Oh,
grateful that